was always telling me, who are they going to believe? You know? So all my ex-wife would have had to say was, I did something. And then that doubt. And then for me as a black man, having a record of any sort to do with domestic abuse, I mean, just sidelines me for life, you know? So I had to deal with that, you know? So there are so many, and I think that domestic violence is a very sophisticated thing. It has built an architecture around itself,
Yes.
an architecture that allows the abuser to abuse you, and an architecture that allows you to forgive him for everything they do, forgive them, because you are not, you are problem solving. You're not. So it's either you fight or you fly, you run. But in most situations, you don't do either. You're trying to solve the problem. You're trying to find underlying problems. Is it stress? You're always validating there. Like for me, I found myself validating every violence. Like one day I'm sitting in my office with all my staff. She comes from behind, she hits me so hard, and I'm thinking, first thing I'm thinking, right, oh, what is it? Is it the stress? But I should have just leaned into what may have been like, okay, she just wants to flagrantly abuse me, you know? So I think it's a very sophisticated issue, and I think what allows it to thrive is because there isn't a lot of talk about it, you know? So it thrives.
Yeah. I think also with domestic violence, you don't just wake up one day and most people don't just wake up one day and just hit you. They mess with you mentally because they already know who their prey is. So for me, I can say that my ex-husband knew I was young, I was naive. I already had some self-esteem issues because of the fact that I was a single mother, and in the Nigerian community, being a teen mom um, was like already a taboo. I was already told that I would never find a husband because I had my son when I was a teenager. So of course, the first man that asked me to marry him, I'm like, yes, let's do it. Um, so of course, it was little by little. He would say little things like, "Oh, you'll never find anybody like me. Nobody's gonna ever love you like me." Um, like, "Oh, well, you're not the prettiest person out there, and you should be lucky to have someone like me interested in you." So when the person that vowed to say that they love you is telling you things, they're putting things into your head. So you start to second guess who you are. So now that person has beat you mentally. And I feel like mental abuse is even worse. You start to hate yourself. You start to think that you're not worthy, that's. So, yes, the first time he hit me, I was just like, to hate yourself. You start to think that you're not worthy, that's. So, the first time he hit me, I was just like, to hate yourself. You start to think that you're not worthy, that's. So, the first time he hit me, I was just like, to hate yourself. You start to think that you're not worthy, that's. So, the first time he hit me, I was just like, to hate yourself. You start to think that you're not